Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these, absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Oh, God, we are so deep into the holiday season, Christopher.
And I still don't have my fucking tree up, Dominic. Can I tell you that?
Wow.
I feel that it should be like right here in this frame.
And I forgot about that.
I don't have my tree up. I just walked in the door right before we started recording from being on a whirlwind tour with you, none other than Dominick Pupa.
None other than. What a wonderful week it has been. When we last spoke, I had performed in Seattle and it was a whirlwind, and then the winds got whirlier. San Francisco, and then I was joined by Christopher and his partner Hassan in Palm Springs and Los Angeles and Nashville. And you people who listen to this podcast, and yeah, I said you people, are lunatics. And we are in love with you. The turnouts have been wonderful, and you're showing up with your own handmade Klistner merch, which we're going to have to buy from you and start selling.
No, truly.
And your presence and your love and your stories and your kind words. And it's great. And the podcast is growing and our love for you is growing. And we're really, really appreciative, because although this is it is my comedy tour, it is largely due in part the recent success of it to being on this podcast. And last year, all anyone said was, "Where the fuck is Chris?" Before saying your show was great. And now Chris is joining me on some of these, which is lovely. And we're having a wonderful time.
My liver is not having a wonderful time, I'll tell you that much. Because in Palm Springs, I arrived at your show after a round of drinks, like at the rooftop of my hotel with a bunch of amazing listeners. Me, Hassan, and Greg Arcade, the Photoshop award winner of last year himself, arrived to your show in an Uber that looked like the Cash Cab on the inside and had live karaoke that you could sing in the car.
Did you post that video on Insta?
I put up a little bit of it, but I'm going to post more. I'm going to post more this week of now that I'm home. But we came in hot to the Palm Springs show, and then we got what's the term? Blackout
Shit-faced.
drunk. Yeah.
Shit-faced.
Because one of the listeners, Sarah, bought us both a Long Island iced tea, and both of us drank it because we're idiots.
I did have a Long Island iced tea. I, however, because I'm a consummate professional and a performer, did not get as drunk as Christopher did.
Oh, I got blackout drunk.
Unsuccessfully tried to find pizza in Palm Springs at 1 a.m.
It was terrible.
I, however, knew the right place to call was tacos.
I was in a blackout, so anything I said and or did or put on my Instagram story at that time, I can't say. That was just a blackout happening. But we had the best time. It was so much fun. Star-studded. And again, as people commented on our Instagram, the LA show, star-studded. Kate Casey, Deanna Chang, her husband Wing, Flea
all
Fasano,
your podcast faves,
and Lee.
everybody.
So many OGs showing up at the shows and having the best time.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher will not be with me, but if you're listening to this podcast the day it drops, I'll be in Atlanta this evening, December 10th. And then, of course, the big kahuna in New York City this Saturday, the 13th of December, followed next week by Chicago, DC, Boston, and Toronto, and then London. And then I'll stop fucking talking about it for a couple of months until we book the dates for next year. But please come. And Chris will, of course, be at the New York show. if you would like an opportunity with us both.
We also had so much fun at the Nashville show that I'm just back from today.
That's the most lunatic city of all of them is probably Nashville.
In the best way. In the best way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the city itself is lunatic, and the people there are lunatic.
Yes.
Our listeners, it goes without saying, are also lunatics. And we appreciate all of you. And we appreciate you even more during the holidays.
Leanne showing up as the first lady of Nashville, as I called her. It was incredible.
People were wearing silver suits. It was chinchilla, striped chinchilla, whether fake chinchilla.
A couple drove from Alabama to Nashville to see us and then was driving back that night.
They were hot, those people as well.
Yeah,
it should be noted. They were hot.
You could have fooled me and you could have told me that you were my fucking neighbor in Hoboken and I would have said, oh yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Well, it's not just been a big week for us personally, Chris. The Golden Globe nominations came out. It is a very international group. They are skewing art house rather than blockbuster, really finally embracing that they are supposed to be the Foreign Press Association. The movie One Battle After Another has the most nominations, followed by Sentimental Value, Sinners, Hamnet, Frankenstein, and A Wicked for Good. In the TV categories, White Lotus is on top, followed by Adolescence, Only Murders in the Building, and Severance. Shall we read a few of the key nominees for the listenership?
Please do.
Best Motion Picture Drama, Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Now, a lot of these, if not all except for Frankenstein, are art house movies or what would be categorized as that. And 3 of them are not in the English language for motion picture drama.
There's one that's like, if I could kick you, I would, or something like that.
It Was Just an Accident is that one. But I think you're thinking of the Rose Byrne movie. Yes, you're thinking of, like you said, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Rose Byrne.
Oh, If I Had Legs,
Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical, Blue Moon, Bugonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, and One Battle After Another.
The fact that Begonia is in there as a comedy, that's funny. That's a joke because that movie is like so brutal.
Some highlights, Jennifer Lawrence and Julia Roberts are nominated against each other for Best Performance by a Female in a Motion Picture Drama. Best Male Actor in a Motion Picture, Dwayne Johnson, known as The Rock, nominated for The Smashing Machine. Jeremy Allen White is nominated for playing Bruce Springsteen. Oscar Isaac is nominated for appearing fully frontally nude in Frankenstein. Female actor in a comedy, Cynthia Erivo, nominated for a second time for Wicked for Good.
No nomination for Jennifer Lynn Lopez for Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
Nothing. Kiss of the Spider-Woman negged. Male actor in a motion picture comedy, Timothy Chalamet against George Clooney against Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, please. Heavy hitters. Also, Jesse Plemons in that category for Begonia. I love Jesse Plemons.
He's incredible in the movie. It's just not a comedy. It just isn't. And if it is, it's a sick fucks comedy is what it is.
Supporting female, we have one Ariana Grande, also the second year in a row, same role, same category. This, with more than one actor in a movie happening twice in a row, this has not happened at the Golden Globes before. Congrats to all. Also, watch out for Amy Madigan in Weapons, people. She's got her Heath Ledger as the Joker energy behind her. And she could take this all the way to an Academy Award, for real. My friend Mark said he wants her to like glam herself up fully from the eyebrows down, but just wear the wig from Weapons, no matter what her outfit is.
Dear God in heaven.
And Tiana Taylor's in there as well, One Battle After Another.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
Supporting male, we have Jacob Elordi from Frankenstein, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly, the movie he's in with George Clooney.
Goodbye.
Just a couple of other surprises. Miley Cyrus is nominated for a song that she's doing for Avatar, Fire and Ash, which supposedly is coming out soon, and I've seen nothing on behalf of it.
I think it's this weekend it comes out.
It's so weird. Also, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters is nominated. I mentioned that because...
Better win.
And the 2 new songs in Wicked are nominated as well. The Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home. When it
Golden's
comes
gonna
to, you think so?
100%.
Because you didn't like the
fucking
other
win.
song, right? You didn't like the
They're
other one.
fine, but they're not golden. Golden is a cultural touchstone at this point. Like, it's such a good fucking song. We're going up. God, it's so good. Oh, love it.
Well, listen, on the TV side, Kathy Doyle Bates, nominated for Matlock, as she should be.
Mm-hmm.
Drama series is The Diplomat, The Pit, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, and, of course, White Lotus. Comedy is Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, and The Studio.
Good category.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The leads from Last of Us, Mobland, Severance, Matlock, and Diplomat are represented all in the acting categories. And yeah, the Golden Globes desperately trying to turn their image around. They were a home run with Nikki Glaser hosting last year, who is hosting again this year.
Thank God. Thank God. That at least we have one thing. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Yeah, and but now they're trying to get Artie and stuff. Now, the Independent Spirit Awards came out, and when I tell you, I don't know why we're not caught up with movies this year, but we're both so behind where we should be with knowing about this stuff.
But
I don't know any of the Spirit Award. I don't know any of the Spirit Award nominees, but what I do know is that they will be hosted by one Ego Wodum.
Oh my!
Good night, Cleveland.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's big. That's big, Dominic.
Now, I mentioned Ego Wodum because she was also nominated for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy at the Critics' Choice Awards. I mean, why did you guys get rid of her?
Yeah,
it's so
maybe
stupid.
she didn't
How
want to
did you
do
let
it.
her go?
You know what I was thinking about was like, you remember when like Lauren used to just like give everyone a movie? Like, remember Coneheads? Like that was like from like we don't have that anymore. Like
No,
Baby Mama with like Tina and Amy.
fare.
Like there were all these like Lorne Michaels produced like movies of like, here, now that you're off SNL, I'm going to like give you a movie career. He doesn't do that. Like, why is Ego Wodum not starring in her own comedy that's like really funny of her?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's going to give something to Marcelo Hernandez probably.
But like he doesn't even give it to like Adie Bryant, like Vanessa Bayer. Like none of them got any of that.
That Adie Bryant series, by the way, still like one of the funniest things I've seen in years.
Shrill.
Yes, like
it's so good. So
tip
good.
to tail from episode 1 to episode end. It was absolutely magnificent.
And I want to say he had like nothing to do with it. Do you know what I mean? And like she did that like on her own, which is like normal, like back even like 10-ish years ago. Pretending he's inside me. Wait, speaking of, do you know that that your holiday show has inspired Hassan to start watching Matlock on CBS?
Oh, it's actually pretty good, I have to say.
He was watching it and he was like, "Did you know the blah blah?" I was like, "No, I didn't." He was like,
some of the acting is a little hokey.
CBS,
it's like
CBS.
Is it Jason Ritter and the woman who plays his ex-wife on the show? They can get a little bit like,
but of course,
let's take it down every notch.
Look at them for 2 seconds, and of course they can. You know,
I know, and of course, every time Beau Bridges walks into a room, him and his center part chew up every ounce of wallpaper in the room. Like,
it's like a whole situation. Yeah.
I think he's like cracking nuts with his teeth, and I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, CBS network television. Like,
Kathy Bates is like the Marilyn Munster.
He went 2 seasons. I go, yeah, it's been on for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, by the way, we won't go through all the Critics' Choice Award nominees, but Sinners is leading there. It got 17 nominations, the Critics' Choice Awards. Other top nominees were One Battle After Another, which got 14 nods. Hamnet and Frankenstein each got 11 nods as well. Not sure when they are, but this is when they all just start coming out one after another. The Globes is a big one. Yeah.
Truly.
And that's it. We're going to turn to our usual suspects. Meghan, the Duchess of Smuckers, leading the broadcast. She has, after many years, reached out to her father because he unfortunately had a limb amputated. He's 81 years old.
Who is he, Jamie Spears?
This stunt queen. She reached out to her father. Initially, there were reports after the amputation. He's like, Meghan has not reached out to me, which they had to correct and say, we actually have been emailing him. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Who I'm grateful to have not heard from is that evil half-sister, Samantha. I want her to pipe it all the way down during this.
Yeah.
She's going to, if something happens to him, she's going to blame it on Meghan. By the way, he's 81 years old.
And you know that the minute that he came out of like, the anesthesia hadn't even worn off yet. And he was like texting us weekly to be like,
Absolutely.
Meghan hasn't texted me yet. And it's like, you're in surgery still.
I believe he actually had the surgery in the break room at TMZ but at his request.
Like, I'm sure he did. And then what Harvey Levin was like, I wonder if Meghan's going to show up to see her dad. I wonder if she
Harvey
will.
Levin performed the surgery, actually, with his teeth.
Speaking of teeth, may I just say that...
Oh, I love... what could possibly be coming?
It's about you. So it's really... Many people have DM'd me and Dominick both asking if Dominick has developed a lisp recently.
Oh my God, you're right.
And
we have to bring that up.
I just want to bring up, Dominick has a new setup on the road, and we're still working out the technological situation.
We did
there.
hear it. We heard it last week. We hear it now. It might pop up at the Fixe Awards, which we've taped recently, but I do not have a lisp. I am not missing teeth. I am not intoxicated. There's genuinely something wrong with this mic or connection, and we're going to fix it.
We're figuring it out. But just
we're figuring it out next week.
If you hear a lisp, you just don't. Yeah, how about that?
I'm not. Just don't hear it.
Just don't.
First of all, it's homophobic of you to even suggest it. So we'll start right there. Second of all, can you imagine if I was drunk 2 weeks in a row? That's a cry for help.
Like drunk at the thing.
But no, it's not. We're not covering anything up. It really is the connection that's making it sound like I have a lisp.
Yeah.
But actually, anyway. I have a heavy lisp, and the software we use to cover it has crapped out. We lost the warranty.
It's been like dissolved by your computer. Yeah.
Speaking of infirmities, the recently to be revealed totally blind Dame Judi Dench under fire this week for what people are saying is she's saying Harvey Weinstein is my friend. He's served his time. It's time to move on. Blah, blah, blah. It's a very clickbaity article that many of you sent to us.
Yeah.
She was very clear in 2017, Dame Judi, after when all these crimes came forward, how horrifying it was. She recently did an interview, I believe the same interview where she said, I'm like officially blind. I can't get anywhere, was that Harvey Weinstein was not the Harvey Weinstein that she was ever exposed to. And that the crimes are horrible. Judi Dench, like another star that we've been talking about recently, based on religious convictions, says something publicly and it sort of gets taken in a way where you don't want people to turn on you. But Judi Dench is a Quaker, and forgiveness is a giant.
Not a Quaker.
Yes, sir.
Is she really a Quaker? I would thought you were joking.
On my mother and Cher's life.
No.
Yep. I don't know if this is what her publicist is saying, but because she's a Quaker, forgiveness is a very big part of their religion. And so years later, she's just like, a lot of things are getting taken out of context. Judi Dench is not giving Harvey Weinstein a pass. She's just saying she is personally moving on
from him
where it comes to him. I read the article 3 times because, look, I'm fine to cancel Judi Dench or Cher if they cross the line.
No, but this was a shot across the bow for you. You know what I mean? Like, this was like, like you needed to get...
It got my attention.
Yeah.
Well, like, as I put in my Insta story this week, the Daily Mail, I hope you drop dead in front of me and in front of your families. Honestly, fuck you, because this week we get an alert on the Daily Mail. It says, Sally Field, 79, seen in public for first time in the year. You're getting an alert about Sally Field, okay? And it says her age. Immediately, you don't even read it after that. We're so conditioned to several weeks ago when it said Diane Keaton, 79, dies after secret illness. Like, you don't need to alert my phone that you saw Sally Field and that she's alive and well. And the story for you is that you haven't seen her in a year. You don't know. I may have seen Sally Field this year. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And also,
she was at a grocery store, just shopping.
Can she live? May she live?
Yeah. Can we all live, Daily Mail? Stop fucking saying, like, breaking news. Sally Field is alive? That's not a story.
No, it's just a fact.
Fucking bitch.
I hope you dropped
so soon.
In
so
front
soon
of your
after
families. Was so funny.
Sorry, Lord. I took it too far. But you know what?
No, did you?
It ground my gears.
Yeah, no. I mean, please. The Daily Mail is like, they're not doing any saintly work anywhere, so.
We got to get Kristen Mines on here and to trash them.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this sentence from it's the first sentence of an article on Deadline this week. and we will determine whether or not we feel the need to move further with this story. Are you ready?
Yes.
Bradley Cooper is currently writing something that has been burning in him since Maestro.
And your text back to the group chat after sending that was, oh God, period. He's transitioning, period.
He's transitioning.
And then I texted back and said, it's chlamydia.
Which he got during his transition. They won't tell how. From a doctor.
When he was doing research in Maestro, when he was banging men in a bathroom to like find out what it was like to cruise, that's where he got chlamydia, and now it's burning inside of him.
Let me read the quotes from inside this burning man.
He's doing this on purpose, by the way.
I know, he's trolling us now. His whole career is a troll at this point. We get it. Quote, there is something that's been burning in me since Maestro, and I'm writing it now, and we'll see. Talk about terrified. So terrified. Way more terrifying.
God, what is it going to be? What is it going to be?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I think he's transitioning. He's gonna shoot it.
Oh God, I'm nervous that he's gonna like. Fred Astaire is coming to me. I don't know why.
Well, people have been asking him if it's going to be a musical.
About dance? Is that
dancing?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing I want less than watching him be Fred Astaire.
Well, you know, Maestro was musical. It's obviously something that was part of Maestro that he wants to take further. So it could be dancing. It could be being gay. I think, Leonard Bernstein, Lenny was gay.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just going to make something better. Maybe he's going to do... Brokeback Mountain was also made into an opera. Maybe he's going to film and star in that as all the roles.
As every part. So he can finally have sex with himself.
He's going to fuck himself after eating a plate of beans at the campfire. Oh, Lenny.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Is he going to make his mother play Sue Mengers in the Sue Mengers biopic where he's then like someone else in that?
He'll give her Anne Hathaway's role in the Brokeback Mountain musical. So yeah, Bradley, are we going to watch whatever it is? Yeah, 100%.
No, of course
we are. Are we going to continue to drag you when you do those things to your face? Yeah.
Are we doing it so that we can then come here and then make fun of you? Yes.
Well, off of her wild success as an actress in the Ryan Murphy disaster, All's Fair, Kimberly Kardashian is now appearing in a new movie on Netflix, which will be co-starring Nikki Glaser and directed by one Eva Longoria.
What is Nikki? Oh, I'm nervous for Kim. I'm nervous for Kim.
I don't know. I don't know about any of this. I don't know about any of that. I don't know about her being an actress. I just don't.
I also, just the word Netflix now that this whole merger thing is happening, and I don't want to go into it because it's too sad. The entertainment industry is over. But every time I now hear Netflix movie, I'm like, ugh. Mm-hmm. And that's all I want to say. I don't even want to take it further than that. But that.
Well, we don't even know. It changes every first it was they were buying Warner Brothers. Now Paramount is jumping in with some hostile. Well, first admittedly, I don't understand it. It's never been my strong point or this financial.
We talked about it in last week on A La Carte. We're like, why did companies buy each other? We were like, I don't get it. It never works.
I don't understand.
It never works.
It's that news is for a very small group of people who give a shit. It's just people with a lot of money trying to take over each other. It's just
and again, show me a time when it worked is what I want someone to show me. And it worked.
Honestly, boys, just get a penis enlargement if that's where we'll go. Just go.
Literally.
I understand that there are advancements in the technology.
Get that
if you
pump. Remember,
I'll let you make a mold of mine and go to the doctor and say, give me this one if it will help.
Do you remember in Austin Powers and they'd have literally a penis pump? It's so
Goldmember.
It's so 90s now, to think about that. But when they would put it on, they would pump it up. Get one of those. Do those
always reminds me of
anymore?
I don't know.
Is that even real?
Sylvester Stallone had one. Kennedy Center honoree and wig wearer Sylvester Stallone once was reported used the pump.
What could it even do? A penis, that pump?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Anywho.
You'd have to ask Sylvester Stallone, who is now Gloria Gaynor's only Hollywood friend. Moving right along from the Kennedy Center fawners. Miley Cyrus engaged to a musician by the name of Max Morando. Apparently, they've been together for 4 years. It must have been quietly.
No, I like that though. I like that
I
we're
do
just
too.
seeing out of nowhere. It's like, oh, she's like getting married. It's like, ooh, I like that. Especially with
And-
someone that famous. Like she did it really
Absolutely.
good. Yeah.
And to Max Morando, I say best of luck, because if you break up with this woman, she'll win Record of the Year again, because that's what happened to the last guy. So
Yeah.
best of luck to you, Maxwell. Also, Max, you're joining into one of Hollywood's absolutely chaotic families, just so you know.
Watch out for Tish is all I'm going to say.
I mean, if you are feeling, you should wire up your house and invite everyone over for the holidays and just take it from there. And then just put it on YouTube so we could see it.
Yeah.
These are lunatics from tip to tail. Tip to tail.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Hurley may one day be your
mother-in-law.
Stepmother-in-law.
Yeah, stepmother-in-law. Yeah. Oh, God.
That's exciting, actually.
It actually is kind of exciting.
For Max Morando, yeah. The comeback, season 3, after many, many years of the comeback, it has been announced that it will debut in March of 2026. And the storyline is that Lisa Kudrow, a.k.a. Valerie Cherish, is cast on the first sitcom that's written by AI. That's the premise of the series.
I'm nervous.
Cannot wait. I mean, I'm always nervous. I was nervous for season 2, but it ended up being great.
I watch every frame of it, but I'm nervous.
I think it's going to be great. I think she loves that character and that brand so much. And I think Lisa Kudrow in general is super smart about everything, really.
Yeah.
And I think that if it wasn't good, she wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
I'm leaning on that.
Despite Michael Patrick King.
Right. Because his judgment is what's being called into question. I'm putting all my eggs in the Kudrow basket for this.
No, you are right. Because again, as I said, like Web Therapy is basically the same character, but she's a therapist. And I think it's one of the most underrated shows to ever exist. It was so fucking good.
Maybe she'll bring that back too if this
succeeds.
succeeds.
I would love it. I would love it.
All right, moving on to your, what is now becoming a weekly update of the absolute destruction of the Miss Universe organization.
No, there's more?
Yes. So a Miss Universe executive by the name of Nawat Isragarisril is suing Miss Universe, Miss Mexico, Fatima Bosch, for defamation.
Is this the one that skipped her court hearing and then they were like coming after her?
I don't know if it's the same one. I think it might be a different person.
Oh, God, there's more? Oh, God.
Yeah. No, there's a ton of them, and they've all committed crimes, but this one's now suing. She's an executive at Miss Universe who's suing Miss Universe.
It's so good because you can just, like, the minute that there was, like, 1 ounce of blood in the water, everything just, like, caved in on itself. And again, I just watched Miss Congeniality on the plane from.
So you're a pageant
from LA. No,
today?
I just have it on the brain. I have it on the brain. But like this thing that's supposed to be this like dignity of the world, like blah blah blah. For it to just be like in 1 second, everything just like is unraveling and so quickly and so violently. It's incredible.
By the way, speaking of violently, remember during prelims, or was it during prelims or the actual pageant, Miss Jamaica
fell off the stage?
Yes. Right. So it has now been revealed she suffered intracranial hemorrhaging and fractures.
Oh my God.
She was in really bad shape, and it's actually somewhat of a miracle that she's
alive?
Survived it. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
A lot of serious injuries.
But again, like, there's no like railing on the side of it. Like that's like step 1 of like liability insurance is like you have to put like a railing on the side of the stage. Do you know what I mean?
Like, when I see that an executive at the Miss Universe pageant is suing anyone, I want to say, take that role and slow it, ma'am. Like someone almost died. Your people are calling contestants dummies, and you're suing for defamation. You shouldn't just be suing Miss Universe. The whole world thinks you're all idiots now. Like, stop. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. By the way, when we were on tour this week, 2 people actually said to me they were listening to the Patreon, where I do occasionally eat during the broadcast since I've been barred from eating on the flagship, and said they missed my eating on it. So just for the next 10 seconds, I'll be eating 2 Cheez-Its.
Okay, you did give them a trigger warning, but okay, anyway, people are going to be mad.
By the way, I don't know what's happening in our world, but Cheez-Its has a resurgence both in the world and with me.
Dominick.
Because they're on every Delta flight.
Cocaine is what they are.
They're on every Delta flight. I went to the grocery store when I got to Atlanta today to buy Cheez-Its for my hotel room. They have extra toasty, extra spicy, extra big. It's like there's a whole Cheez-It universe happening that I was unaware of, and I want to throw myself in it.
The extra toasty ones, Katie bought them when we were like getting snacks for our room in BravoCon. And when I tell you that, like, they saved our lives. Like when we were hungover, they were so good.
I was flying to Vegas for Thanksgiving, and the woman next to me ordered Cheez-Its, and I had already ordered a Biscoff cookie because I was feeling sweet in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they brought the cookies, I looked up, I said, I'm going to take a Cheez-Its also. And that was 2 weeks ago. And I've had Cheez-Its every day, not accidentally. I look for them now. You know, when I land, I go to the store to buy my bananas and water.
Yeah.
I now buy bananas and water and Cheez-Its.
And Cheez-Its. No, they're so good. I know. I've been drinking so much Coke Zero since we've been like out all the time that I like couldn't wait for the little beverage cart to come by. So like on the flight home from Nashville, because I was like, I need a Coke Zero so badly. And I was like, oh, this is like literally what addiction is like me like craving. I'm like, I'm actually legitimately addicted to Coke Zero. Like, yes, the number of people that when we were talking with them at your shows that I was like, legitimately, and they turned around and were like, legitimately. Like I was corrected many times.
I want to go to an NA meeting, and when it comes to me, just stand up and just unironically start speaking about my Cheez-It addiction.
No, it's real.
Would I be taken seriously? I wonder.
I don't know.
Anyway, Miss Jamaica, getting back to you, we wish you the best.
I'm glad she's alive. But Dominic, imagine if she died. Like, that would have been so fucking bad. Like, they would have all been hauled off to prison.
Do you think that this executive would have started suing Miss Universe if Miss Jamaica had actually died that night? Or would she have been like, maybe I'll read the room, which is what she should be doing now.
Yeah, crazy. Anyway.
I know the room's a little dark, but let's just, we are sending our positive vibes to Dave Coulier, who recovered recently or was in remission from one kind of cancer. And now he's diagnosed with tongue cancer just months after beating lymphoma. Jesus.
Yeah.
Get fucking well, man. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. So we're sending you all of our love. I mean, Full House is like turning a little bit into like Glee as far as like, is everyone cursed here? You know, like, come on.
Yeah, it's bad. That's not good.
Well, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are Insta-ham official, folks. And as Chris also pointed out on something else we taped, they're morphing into the same exact human being.
They're morphing. I said this in the Fixe Awards that will come out like next week, but like they're morphing into each other. Like, tell me, I need you all to tell me that they're not becoming one person, right?
I think that if you pushed Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau together and put a beard on them, that person would look like one of us.
Yeah,
actually.
Wait, did you see her? She's in this new, is it Dolce & Gabbana or one of those, like the perfume, like the cologne ads, and it's her at the end, and she's so out of place there. And then they have that hot ass Italian actor. What's his name? Michele Moroni.
I don't know.
He's the guy that is in like, it's called 365 Days. It was on in 2020, and he like literally is like fully naked and like banging this woman, and it's like crazy. And every woman, every housewife is like obsessed with him. He's gorgeous. I've seen him. I've actually walked by him in person, and he's like this tall, gorgeous man. And it's like Katy Perry and him like maybe flirting in this thing. And I was like, this is the most miscast person to be opposite this gorgeous, amazing, gorgeously beautiful man in this cologne ad.
Get off him.
And then she's like, something by Dolce & Gabbana. Like her voice in it is so bad. It was the worst. The worst.
Why do these companies keep going to the same people to promote their shit?
I don't know. And like, this is supposed to be her win, was this Dolce & Gabbana ad where she like, and she's in like a little spaghetti strap dress that's just like, it's like, you're like, I'm not trying to age shame her, but it's like, you like are too rich to be in this little like wannabe 2012 little dress. Like, it was just like, you should be like looking gorgeous, not like that you're 23 and going to the club. Everything is wrong. Everything's wrong.
One of our old favorites is back in the news. One of our OOGs that we would talk about pretty consistently on this podcast. Jada Pinkett Smith.
No, she's back. I've been missing her. Dominic, I've been missing her.
I've missed her, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's the headline from People. In a $3 million complaint, Jada Pinkett Smith told Will Smith's friend that he would, quote, catch a bullet if he continued telling her personal business.
Oh, God.
Pinkett Smith allegedly confronted Bilal Salam during a birthday celebration for her husband in 2021. Salam alleges in a new filing obtained by People magazine.
Is a bullet what they call Will Smith's dick?
Woo!
So that was too easy.
In the words of Jada, kill him. Kill him. By a bullet.
Wow, that's an O. If you don't know what that means, guys, you haven't binged the whole. You haven't binged the whole series. Is all I'm going to tell you. You have not binged the whole series if you don't know that joke.
I mean, prayers up for Bilal Salam because when Jada Pinkett Smith says go after somebody, they get gone aftered. Period.
Wait, so he's suing? Sorry, I was too busy waiting for my Will Smith penis joke.
He's suing her for threatening him.
For $3 million.
Because he was running his mouth.
I know. I love that. Because now it's in filings, and that's, much like the Baldoni and the Lively shit. Like, it's like once you bring this to the court, once you bring this to the court, then like we all can see it, and that's fun.
Want to know what else we can all see? The surveillance footage from Tara Reid's alleged drugging, and the police have said it didn't happen.
I don't want to do it, Dominic.
We don't have to watch it. But the police have said they watched surveillance footage from the whole night. They did see the bartender put a napkin over her drink, which is their policy when someone goes to the bathroom. But at no point did anyone else come in contact with the drinks. So I guess that investigation will go right under who killed Nicole Brown Simpson, I guess. These mysteries will never be solved.
You're a monster.
Have you had a chance to watch any of Sean Combs' The Reckoning?
No, but now
by executive producer 50 Cent.
But now that I'm here, now that I'm home in my lair, I'm about to, you don't even know, like, I'm about to do what I do best, and that's run through a bunch of fucking shows.
I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 episodes. I watched a bulk of it with my friend Michael this past week, and it's just, you say the word ugh a lot when you're watching it. Just ugh. Like, they show the video of him beating the shit out of Cassie way too many times for me. And I am the least squeamish person I know, truly. And I had to turn away.
No, of course.
The second time they showed it. It's horrific. Very difficult.
Yes.
Because it looks like a movie.
It's not
like,
someone
you don't believe a human being is actually beating somebody.
Yes,
it's terrible, man. It's terrible. You think you're conditioned to it because of like video games and movie violence. But when you know that it's real and you see that happening, this is not a boxing match. This is a grown-ass man. Just for that alone, we should never have to see him again. Like, I don't care about anything else he did.
No,
it's like,
it's
so brutal. Like, I don't know. I'm just not, maybe I'm a pussy, and I wouldn't mind if that's what I was. I don't think I'd ever have it in me to go after someone with the amount of rage that he was going after, unless I was defending my life.
No,
you know what I mean? And
well, of course.
He wasn't. No. And it was truly like, I'd be scared if I ever got that angry. But then to hit someone weaker than me, fuck this guy, man. I hope he dies in prison.
Yeah.
Honest to God. He shouldn't walk the earth. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Anyway, nice job, 50 Cent, ruining your former best friend, just driving that in.
I know.
But there are accusations in there. He smacked his mom at one point, which she denies.
50's being the pettiest person alive. And it's so fun to watch him. Like, the only interview he did about it was on like the channel that they get in jail so that like Diddy could watch the interview of 50 being like, and then I made this documentary, and like look into the camera and be like, fuck you. You know
it was Good Morning America.
Yeah.
That they did ABC.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they did. So yesterday, Ja Rule, remember her?
Yeah.
Defending Diddy, starts tweeting or Instagramming shit, starts Instagramming old headlines of 50 allegedly beating up an ex or setting her house on fire, like all this other stuff. And he's like, why are we going after Diddy? Why aren't we going after 50 Cent? This isn't right. He's serving his time. And then 50 Cent responds basically by saying, the only reason this queen is coming out of mothballs is because of this. And shows an interview of someone who I do not know, who says that they walked in on Ja Rule and Diddy consummating.
Mhm.
And he's like, that's why Ja Rule is coming after this documentary, because he knows he's next.
Ja
In
Rule,
the meantime, Ja Rule,
go to the Fire Festival. Go to the Fire
Ja
Festival.
Rule is soliciting investors online to do a Reckoning documentary about 50 now. And he's been receiving offers publicly online to do a documentary about 50. Someone's going to die here, by the way. This ends with someone dying.
It's not
again.
Great. But like,
no.
To me, 50 is like, again, like he started and it was like, and I'm not excusing anything that he's apparently actually done, but like, I'm like aware of that as he comes on the scene. Because remember, his whole thing was like, I was shot 9 times. That was like his, like, we all know that, like going into his situation, you know? Very similar to everything we're talking about right now. You know that Meghan, Duchess of Smuckers, has a Christmas special out that I'm going to watch tonight so that I can go on Kate Casey and review it. So review forthcoming for that, by the way.
The doctor who sold Matthew Perry the ketamine that eventually killed him has been sentenced to 30 months in prison.
Not long enough.
Definitely not long enough.
No, not after that. If you watch that documentary about him, like those people are vile. You want to talk about vile and horrible? Like being like, let's see how much we can give him before he kills himself with all this drugs. Like horrible. Yeah.
Finally today, one of the world's great mysteries confirmed. Paul Anka has come forward to confirm the longtime rumor that Frank Sinatra had a huge penis.
I mean, I could have told you that. Right? No?
Yeah.
Look at the guy.
Yeah. He recently, this is according to Us Weekly, he recently confirmed a longstanding rumor about the late Sinatra's penis, revealing that Old Blue Eyes was, in fact, well endowed. The exact quote, which is very descriptive, yeah, it was huge. Mm-hmm. That's what Anka told Page Six in an interview published a few weeks ago. Anka explained that when he would hang out with Sinatra and the Rat Pack, which included him and Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, they would hit the saunas together. And Paul Anka said he had trouble with eye contact because of Sinatra's penis.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, when it's like schwanging around, you know what I mean, at the sauna? Dear God in heaven. Wait, also, listeners, please know that story took 17 minutes because Dominick's phone basically almost exploded in his hand because Us Weekly had so many advertisements come up in the middle of it. And it was
Us Weekly, enough with the pop-ups. Yeah. Enough. And I'm looking at you too, New York Post. This is the reason it takes me way too long to put the Pre-Fixe together, is because of these fucking pop-ups.
Because you can't even get to the source. You can't get to
And also, in the middle of all of it, you're telling me that Sally Field is alive again.
Oh, God. Well,
Christopher, we have a couple of vote results to give everybody. Well, actually, just the one. We're going to give you the results for last week's episode with Joan Cusack. But many of you have been asking which Klistner won the write-in pitch fest for Jim Carrey. And we are going to reveal that, along with a bunch of the other nominees in that category, on an upcoming holiday episode before the end of the year. It'll either be on our holiday episode or our predictions episode, but before the end of December, we will let you know which of you won the best pitch for Jim Carrey. And now, Christopher, will you tell us who won last week's pitch for Joan Cusack, which was us with Jackie Beat?
With 63% of the votes, Jackie won the popular vote to star in season 4 of White Lotus for Joan Cusack, which obviously, I mean, from the beginning, we were like, we knew it was a better idea. That's it.
We were fighting against that forever. Yeah. But that bitch said it the first 15 seconds of the fucking podcast, rendering the rest of it useless. By the way, you can see Jackie Beat and Dominick Pupa this weekend at the Cutting Room. Jackie is on at 5 and 7, and I am on at 9.
And our holiday candles are flying off the shelves. So if you're not getting them soon, you better hurry up because they're going to be gone. And you can find them on our Instagrams and also Wax Cabin Candle Company. If you just search Wax Cabin Candle Co., that'll come right up and we're right on the front page. Also, my friend Taylor, that's a producer that I worked with in Toronto, she just did a zine about wine and zodiac signs. And I'm going to be putting a zine, a real zine, a situation, right? And she's a sommelier also. And so it's a lot of like beginner things of like if you really want to start trying to taste wine like a sommelier would, that teaches you how to do that. I'll put it on my Instagram story as well. So you guys can go there and find it. She's incredible. And when we were in Toronto, we were like, Taylor, you order the wine. We're not even doing it. Like, we were like, whatever you say goes. And she gave us some great bottles. So.
Well, Z&B Zine.
Z&B Zine.
I wanted to say that the past 30 seconds
Goodbye.
while you're doing your bit. Who are we fixing today, Christopher?
We're fixing Gayle King with the mayor of the Glamorous Trash Patreon, Miss Kristina Lopez.
Well, I can't think of a person who needs it more this year than Gayle Louise King. We love y'all. Come see me live and Christopher on some of those dates. Go to diamondterry.com. We love you, and we will fix Gayle King after these vital messages.
Dominick, we have a friend that I've been wanting to come on the show for a long time, and we're finally doing it. And I'm very excited. You know her as the producer of Glamorous Trash. We call her the mayor of the Patreon. And she took up the helm when Chelsea Devantez, one of our podcast mothers, was shooting her film. And she guided the podcast so beautifully. She's now become a friend. And I want to welcome her to Fixing Famous People. It's Kristina Lopez.
I'm so excited to finally be here. What took so long, you guys?
So what would your faux relationship with Chelsea be? Like, is it also a mother-daughter? Because that would make us cousins, I guess, if that were the case, or half siblings, really.
I feel like I might be your uncle or like stepdad.
Yeah,
like
you might be. I was going to say uncle and or aunt. I was actually going to throw that out there if you weren't going to say it. And so I feel like you might be our uncle. Yeah.
I feel like I have like a more masculine energy compared to Chelsea's.
Yeah,
I feel like more
uncle.
fatherly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got enough feminine energy here to pilot
balance
a doll at any doll store.
I was going to say, this is the most
to
white
fill
men
up
have been around
American
since I
Girl
left tech.
place. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Gayle King.
Behemoth Gayle King. Please tell us, because we love Gayle King, first of all. We have spoken about her so much in the year of our share 2025 that if she is not on your top 10 entertainers of the year list, you're just bitter or you're not paying attention. Like Gayle love or hate, Gayle belongs on there. Why did you pick her from the list we sent you?
I think she's at a very interesting precipice in her career right now, based on what's been reported lately. And I think it's also indicative of something larger in media as a whole, but also is thinking about how much she has come in that 13 years that she's been with CBS. And I don't think people associate her with just being Oprah's best friend only.
No.
Agreed.
I think she's completely like made a stage and platform of her own through really hard interviews with, Megan Thee Stallion and R. Kelly, and even this one that she did with this AI singer a couple days ago, where she straight up told the woman she can't sing. So I think, just thinking about, and I'm a woman who works in media and now is in independent media. So there's so much about Gayle's story at this moment that is so fascinating to me compared to like everybody else you had on that list right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
She's a really unique, she's just in a unique position because of how she came to us, what she's capable of, what she has done. And before we play this middle name game, I will say that foolishly, she was always Oprah's best friend to me, like some sort of Nepo friendship happening in there. I stand fully corrected and will throughout this podcast that she is a journalist. She is a force, all of that stuff.
Yes.
But that R. Kelly interview.
Wait, but she became we'll talk about it, but like she became very famous from being Oprah's best friend that would like do all this shit with her on Oprah,
but
right?
But unlike a lot of other Nepos, I feel like she's earned the spot. Like she's earned.
Oh, of course.
She can be where she is. And for me, the last bite of that sandwich was the R. Kelly interview. Like when I just sit down, Robert was that was it. That was like, it took 60 years, but she arrived for me in that moment. I was like,
yes.
Sit down, Robert, indeed.
Yes, especially in an era where so many podcasters are just so complimentary towards their guests, and you miss that kind of era of journalism where people would hold people's feet to the fire, and Gayle King is out here doing that. Yeah. Except when it comes to Jeff Bezos. But, that's another story for another time.
Can you even imagine
R. Kelly was like where we were like, this is like God amongst men. And then from then until now, it's been nothing but downhill, horrible decisions, by the way. So she will be getting her knocks from me.
That was all right. Let's get on to it.
Let's do it.
We're going to have an unusual version of this game today.
Uh-oh.
So what I'm going to say to you is, do either of you already know Gayle King's middle name?
No.
Oh, excuse me. By the way, this is the part of the broadcast called the middle name game, where we have Christopher and our guest guess the middle name of the person we're fixing. Gayle King was born December 28th, 1954. She is about to turn 71 a few days after Jesus Christ, who I believe is turning 2025 this year. Looks great.
Capricorn.
What sign is she? Capricorn. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gayle and King are her official birth certificated first and last name. She was born in Chevy Chase, Maryland in 1954. What is Gayle King's middle name?
Why is it a weird version? Because she doesn't have him.
You'll see. Just from the information I've been given, it's not been sourced properly.
Let me just guess.
So I can't. You'll see. Just guess the name. It's hard to explain.
I want to say Grace. I feel like
I love that.
I don't know.
That's not it, but I do love that.
Oh yeah.
Gayle.
Gayle Force wins.
Gayle Force wins. Gayle Force wins.
Force wins King.
Gayle Mariah King.
Jesus Christ. That is a great. First of all, the face you're making right now is worth you even making that ridiculous guess. It is. So here's what the internet tells me. Well, first of all, if you Google it, it just says Gayle. Most sources say Gayle King doesn't have a middle name. She doesn't have a middle name. Until you go to the dark web, in which I had to sell a kidney to get this information. And I'm quoting the AI overview currently.
Here we go.
Gayle King does not have a middle name. Her full name is Gayle Alexandra King. But this is a common misconception because Alexandra is mistaken for a middle name when AI is saying to me that her first name is Gayle Alexandra.
See, but this is why AI is bad. This is why you don't listen to anything. Because what is that? That doesn't mean anything.
She paused me because everywhere says no, but no one said Alexandra. And I feel like that was unfulfilling altogether. So I wanted to ask quickly, do either of you already know Oprah Winfrey's middle name?
No.
Then that's where we're going. Born January 29th, 1954, an Aquarius.
Yes.
She is 71 years old. Her net worth at the moment is $3.2 billion for what that's worth. She was born in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. What is Oprah Winfrey's middle name? So really neither of you knows, right?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
I feel bad for not knowing.
Is her middle name Gayle?
Yes.
No, are you serious?
Wow.
Is it really Gayle?
I swear to you, it's
Wow.
Oprah Gayle Winfrey. You really didn't know that. I can tell you.
I swear on my life, I did not know it. But then I was like,
fantastic.
I wonder if it just came to me. It's like, is it Gayle? And that's why this is fun. And then boom, spelled the same. I can't believe I just got it. I haven't gotten it in so long.
Gail.
I haven't gotten it in so long. Wow, Kristina, this is big. This is big.
It's amazing. I also don't have a middle name, but if you count confirmation names as middle names, then I guess I do.
What is your confirmation name?
Do you do it?
Maria.
Oh.
Kristina Maria.
Kristina Maria.
Wow.
Hassan also doesn't have a middle name.
That's weird.
My brother has a middle name. How messed up is that?
They just didn't give you one.
No.
Do you want to hear another fun fact?
Yeah.
Stedman's middle name is also Gayle, it turns out.
No, it's not.
It is definitely not. I'm sorry. I thought you would have known right away.
Is Stedman still alive, by the way?
Yes.
Is he even there? Where is Stedman?
Every once in a while, when she's like
Jeff
presenting
Bezos' party, because I don't think I didn't see any pictures of him. Anyway.
Wow,
okay. Anyway,
he pops up every once in a while when like Oprah is presenting a bushel of from her garden.
Sure.
He's like lurking in the background, like you know, a ghost
when she's
on a Netflix series.
Montecitoing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we begin with Gayle King though? Like, because obviously I am introduced to her on the Oprah Winfrey Show as Oprah Winfrey's best friend, and like
Ditto.
many
Unless
a
you're
time,
from like Baltimore, probably I bet that's where everyone knows her from, right?
because did
Yes.
she start? How did they meet? Do you know? Do either of you
I know
know?
this actually. So I did look into like her overall career history because I
Yeah,
was interested in
wonderful.
terms of like, I was thinking about her career trajectory.
Sure.
So she and Oprah met in 1976 when she was a production assistant. Gayle was a production assistant, and Oprah was the anchor for a news program, I think in Maryland. I think that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then that's where they became best friends. And then she went and trained as a reporter in DC. Gayle moved to Kansas City to become an anchor. And then she went to Connecticut for 18 years and she worked as an anchor over there for almost 20 years.
That's right. She was in Connecticut for a long time. I remember that.
Yes. And then she would pop up on Oprah's show. You know,
Of
they would go
course.
camping.
Yeah.
They did a road trip. You know, that's like daytime culture.
How much did that Connecticut affiliate love that? Like, can you imagine the
sure.
day that she was already working there and they're like, excuse me, you're friends with that woman? Yeah. Here's your lifetime contract that we will sign with our blood. I'm sure they must have
Whatever
been so
shift you wanna
sad when
work.
Gayle left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dominic, I feel like we've said this before, but like, I always love hearing like, oh, this person was a PA. You know what I mean? They were a PA on the set and we became friends and we became lifelong friends. And like those connections you make early in your career, like sometimes are the most important connections that you ever make.
Absolutely. 100%.
Know what I mean?
That's
Like,
why you got to be careful.
You get that
too.
from her. I feel like I get that vibe from her anyway. The same way that we got it from Oprah before she became, you know, a director general of the Illuminati. Like it's the same. You feel like they both came from the same place. They knew what a price of eggs cost. I get that from Gayle even now. You know what I mean?
I would imagine also being two Black women working in media, you know, she probably saw like Gayle
calling
as a
to each
production
other, I'm
assistant.
sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Back then, especially.
When you were like, where did Oprah and Gayle make? Before Kristina started telling the story, I was going to just chime in and say Henrietta Hudson.
I was going to say Gingers in Brooklyn.
Hello, listeners. These are, if you don't live around here, lesbian bars.
Lesbian bars.
Well, and I feel like the reason that rumor started going around that they were secretly lesbians together was because anytime it was like time for Oprah to like be with her partner or like go to an award show or like do something that she would like in theory be doing with Stedman, who is her longtime partner, she would always do it with Gayle. Like, I feel like Gayle would always be her plus one to things. And she's like, me and my friend Gayle, like, I remember, like, I just so distinctly remember the voiceovers on the Oprah Winfrey Show, especially when they went to the school in Africa. Like, Gayle was with her, not Stedman on camera. Right. It was always her and Gayle with all the school kids, and she's building the school and all that stuff. And like, remember when they went to like Colonial Williamsburg and like lived like the Pilgrims? I'll never forget it. On my deathbed, I will think about the two of them, no makeup, looked like shit, hair tied back and with like a little handkerchief, and they're like churning butter with all the people at Colonial Williamsburg. And she's like, this is how people lived. Like, I'll never forget it.
I thought that the rumors started because they were caught scissoring in the bathroom of a Delta flight from New York to Los Angeles.
You don't have enough space to do that on a Delta bathroom. How big were bathrooms back then?
It was a first class bathroom. It was a beta. It was a beta jet.
You really, it's as a person who has scissored, I don't think either of you has done it. I think you need a little bit more room to get around that.
Oh, God.
My favorite thing about Gayle, when the 20th anniversary tapes came out, the DVD collection of the Oprah Winfrey Show.
You mean the one that I have on this? You mean I have within arm's reach? I have it in my drawer.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know, and she gave that speech like, "This is a friend. You know, the friend everyone deserves, the sister everyone."
I have that quote.
I always thought they were cool. I have to be honest. Like, was I getting Nepo vibes? Sure. Like anyone that Oprah touched would just turn to gold instantly during like this very important 15-year period.
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
I thought she made. I know.
Dr.
Can I just say
Oz, death.
The funniest thing though, Mateo Lane. The funniest joke I've ever heard him tell is that he calls all these people Oprah's Horcruxes.
which they
and
are.
It's like Dr. Phil, Rachel Ray. It's like my
Iyanla
favorite.
Van Zandt,
Dr. Oz.
Yes.
Who is that? Wait, there's more though. Oh,
Nate
my
Berkus.
fucking neighbor. I
Nate
love Nate
Berkus,
Berkus. Though. I do
yes,
love Nate.
yes.
He's less problematic than the rest of them. My queen, Susie Orman.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Love Susie.
That's right. For all the sappy shit that was on those 20th anniversary DVDs, it to me made having a best friend cool. Like I'm as close with my best friends as she is, not in a creepy are they fucking way. At least I don't think so, but definitely in a finishing the sentence, laughing before someone. We can predict each other's. I don't know. I felt that made me feel cool, that relationship with Oprah. And I don't always relate to her, but I loved her relationship with Gayle. And I still do.
Yeah. And I love the shades of it that we got to see when they did those road trips, when they went camping, when they went to Colonial Williamsburg. And one of them was always like, I'm over it. And you could see the other person try to balance out the energy, try to keep things going. Usually it was Gayle, I think. And yeah, I just love their relationship. I think it happens a lot with female relationships where people try to project sexual energy, sexual tension.
Sure.
And maybe there's something about, female friendships that are inherently sapphic in certain ways. I get that. But
and also like her Stedman not wanting to be in the spotlight and not really being around and us not seeing him is like bad. Is like,
and them never getting married,
never getting married,
they've been together forever.
Yeah, and also back then when the Oprah show was on, homophobia was way more rampant. It was way, like homosexuality was way more taboo in like traditional media, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like.
I was just thinking about the fact that like most news anchors didn't come out as queer or gay until like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so like I always think it's laughable that people say that media is liberal because I feel like it's so conservative until like fairly recently.
But I mean, so then she's working as an anchor. I mean, she's like working her way up and she's an anchor forever. And then when do we get her on CBS This Mornings, or when do we get her like over into like where we see her as the American public?
Yeah. So she has a really interesting history. So she had her own show on NBC that was called The Gayle King Show. That had one season and it was canceled. It was in 1997. And then she went over to Sirius XM and she started her show called The Gayle King Show in 2006. And I think she's still kind of hosting that, or at least has hosted it on and off in some form. And then she also hosted a show called The Gayle King Show on OWN for about a year in 2011.
You're loving yourself so much, Gayle King.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So she was hosting that.
I mean, what
and
else
then
would she call it, I guess?
She was there for a year before she signed her contract with CBS. So that was around 2011. And that's how she kind of parlayed her anchor experience from different daytime syndicates, cable, to primetime television, where she is now.
So she's been she's been hitting the boards. Like, you know what I mean? She's really been like,
there's no downtime for this woman. She's a workhorse for sure. I think
so she's also the editor at large for Oprah Daily, and she's done stuff for Oprah Magazine, like editor in chief at Oprah
She was
Magazine.
like really instrumental in the launch of that magazine.
Yeah, so between like her Sirius XM stuff, the print stuff that she's been doing with Oprah, her television career, like she's touched every medium in journalism, I think. Save for podcasting, if you can count her XM show as a podcast, I guess. But we'll get into some fixing things where she could go. Yeah.
Sure. And then like, I mean, she obviously like is on CBS This Morning, like, for now she's on CBS This Morning and like she's there. Isn't she there when like Charlie Rose is still there and all that like stuff? Like,
that's how when she started there, they were co-anchors, I think.
Yeah, and she said that she's still close with him
of course she is. Of course,
Charlie Rose, Jesse Waters. Who else? Who else?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. She is buds with
the
Jesse
Tiger
Waters.
King. Who else? Who else is she besties with?
Cody Brown. I don't know.
This is our problem with Gayle right now.
The Tiger King. But then, I mean, like, I feel like then
2025 gets here, right?
Yeah. No, but I feel like in the last, like, I want to say like 7-ish years, we're really seeing her getting like a lot of like very big interviews, like holding a lot of people's feet to the fire. I feel like she had like a presidential sit down, maybe. Am I wrong about that? I feel like there were a few, like she was getting into Diane Sawyer territory with some like sit downs.
Yes.
With,
yeah,
like,
she was
big
doing like
people.
hard news questions, like very, especially we've referenced this a million times, but the R. Kelly
Yes,
interview.
I'm leading up to then, like,
Yes.
I feel that she really got the respect of, like, everyone that didn't respect her by then. Not that they should have not respected her, but, like, there was no way around R. Kelly, like, flipping out in their interview and getting up and screaming, and her, like, gathering him, as the kids say, like, and sit down, Robert, as we already said, like,
Yes.
and
Sit down, Robert.
that was like put everywhere on the internet as like, this is like a bastion of like freedom of speech and like journalism, like being, you know, the thing that keeps democracy alive, kind of a thing.
And holding men accountable, you know,
Yes.
like all of those things. It was so funny to watch him be so infantile to her energy. That was so like,
Yes.
sit down, like treating him like a child.
And her not being like, okay, if he doesn't want to answer questions, she's like, no, you will continue this interview. And you will answer to like the American people about how you're like an abuser and a rapist and a molester.
Yes.
You know, like period.
Yes. I
Which
will
again,
call
like,
you by
it's
your
like-
full name.
Yeah. Robert.
Robert.
How can you knock that person? You know, how can that person need fixing? Well,
There is, well, here we are, because that's what we
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yes.
Something happens. And here's the thing. I know there are people listening because they'll sometimes send us messages that they think are cleverly nasty. And we already know that they're coming. But we understand that like these are, and by these, I mean, these women, I mean, Gayle and Oprah, who are incredibly accomplished. They are of a certain age. When they were in their prime decades ago, it was still none of our business what they should be doing. We shouldn't be telling women what to do. We shouldn't be telling women of color what to do. Maybe they should relax. And to that, I say, save the email, because we're doing this anyway. Because when you have placed yourself atop the mountain and been worshipped for this long, I have an emotional stake in what happens to you. And Christopher and I have watched Gayle's legacy unravel this year. First,
at
with
her
the Muppets
own
in
hand,
Space
by the way,
debacle.
at her own hand,
At her own hand.
because of her
I
own
would say
decisions.
she's still.
Go ahead, Kristina.
I would say she's still in her prime, and that is why we have to fix her.
Yeah, we can save this. We can
You
save.
got me. Yes, you got me. You're right. She is. She's in the midst of, she's not at her peaky peak. Sit down,
Yeah.
Robert was the peaky peak, but that was, she's descended since then, and that is what we need. We need to get her back up there.
That's
Yeah,
what the
she's
show
still
is,
telling
people.
that AI singer, you can't sing. Like,
Yeah.
that's not you.
Yeah, now she's punching down. She's going the wrong. She's pulling a Patti LuPone, and she's now punching down, which is like again also bad. Like I'm not loving this. Like,
No,
and I hate AI, as you all know, but like that's not no. So she still is doing hard hitting journalism, but in her off time, she's making a slew of decisions that have people like rolling their eyes at her. Like the sit down Robert, like we're not even, that's not even in the discussion anymore because of all the things she has done this year. She like decided to embrace that she's a celebrity instead of a journalist. And that's the problem. That's the problem that we're getting in. And it starts with her boarding the Blue Origin flight with Miss Katie Louise Perry and Lauren Sanchez Bezos.
Yes, as
The
you
moment
covered
of the
for,
year.
Yes,
The
as
moment
you
of the
covered
year.
for Glamorous Trash with Chelsea. Yeah, I don't really know why she needed to do that. She doesn't even like flying. She admitted. Yeah.
She should have too much respect for herself to do this. And that, like Katy Perry, sure.
And also, like, I was unclear how that wasn't a conflict of interest as a journalist. Like,
No,
how
And
Was it
it
for
should have just been Gayle King. If she was the only person on there with scientists, then great. But it seemed as though she was there in less of a journalistic capacity because other celebrities were on board that spaceship. And she didn't seem like she was there covering it for CBS. Not when Oprah's in the crowd, not when the Jenner Kardashians are in the crowd. It doesn't, Gayle then is not there. You know, she's not David Muir in that moment. She's
No, correct.
a celebrity.
Correct.
She's not a journalist.
Correct.
And that's unfortunately how it came off. And it's the more the year goes on, the worse that moment looks like to everybody.
it was a bellwether for what was to come, I think, for the rest of the year.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
And they never learned the lesson. We all made fun of them to their faces every day for like a month, being like, you guys are such fucking losers that you did this. And they like defended it tooth and nail instead of like taking the note. And now they're like ripping it at his like birthday party or like Kris Jenner's birthday party, and they're all together. The gang's all here again, which we'll get to. But you are right, Dominic. Even if it was just her and Lauren Sanchez going up and they're like doing the interview as they go into space, that's
right.
fucking cool. That's interesting. Like, and even if Lauren Sanchez is a fucking idiot, like, I mean, we joked that like we didn't know if all of her face, when she came back down, like her face was going to look the same. But like, I was legitimately concerned about.
That's what I only wanted Gayle to look at Lauren Sanchez's face that whole time.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like that could have been an incredible interview for her to be like, I'm doing this interview with Lauren Sanchez about this space program as we go into space. That's fucking cool. Them being in the thing with Katy Perry with the little butterfly and the fucking daisy was not it.
Yeah, with Katy Perry announcing her like track list.
The worst thing of all time. The worst thing ever. And you're right, Dominic. She did it as a celebrity, not as a journalist. And that's where the turn happens. And then she gets on to everyone's nerves.
Yeah. I mean, there's been moments in the past where she's been able to play with that celebrity aspect of herself. And also being like the whole Oprah's best friend thing. Like she's done 30 Rock before and like lampooned herself in that way.
Yeah.
So she's not, it can work. And I think like, maybe Brian Williams is an example of someone who maybe took it too far in terms of like being leaning too far into like the personality of it all. So yeah.
Who?
Right. Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
No, literally
Allison Williams' father. Yeah.
Where has he been? Like we have not seen a hide nor hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a fine line and she's not walking it right now, I think.
Yeah.
No.
And then again, the people are like, why the fuck did you do this? Like, why this was so dumb. And then she was like, have you been to space? Remember her defense was like, we did this for women.
The haters.
Like, it's like we were, I'm less angry now about her using the word haters about it. And because there is an aspect of it to that.
Absolutely.
Like there is like, it is like, why do you get to do this and I don't? There is absolutely that. And it's fine. Who wouldn't want to go into space for a minute? That space flight, I will say this, that's like the perfect space flight for someone like me, like up and back. That's all I would want to do. I don't want a space station. I don't need the moon. Like, oh, look at that. And come back. Perfect.
Then we get to them on vacation with Kris in caftans. And they're just like 3 gals palling around. And the whole internet is like, are you fucking serious, Gayle?
I want to see what the caftans
we were mad at them in tandem. But like Oprah's supposed to be like our moral barometer.
The North Star.
And Gayle is her journalist best friend. And you know, we don't associate the Jenner Kardashians in that wheelhouse at all, because social media at the end of the day is a platform after platform of, I want you to know this about me. That's all it is. It doesn't matter if it's an inspirational quote. What you're saying is, I'm an inspirational person and I want to help you. It could be for the most noble of causes, but whatever you're doing on social media is something you very deliberately want other people to know. And these powerhouse women, Gayle and Oprah, wanted the world to know that they are caftan buddies with one of the most polarizing celebrities America has on offer, which is Kris Jenner.
Yeah, absolutely. I would argue that like celebrities in particular, they use social media as the platform of what they want people to know about them. That's how they reigned in control from the tabloids in the mid 2000s with the rise of social media and them being able to control their own narratives. So to not basically like have a temperature check or be able to read the room, I think shows like a real distance from the general American public, that you're like, part of being a journalist is being tapped into what people are talking about, what people are saying. And if you have this much distance and this much lack of clarity about how you should be presenting yourself to the world, and not that we need to like police people in that way, but I think if you are, you know, supposed to be speaking for the interests of the general public, I think you need to like have a little bit better of a temperature check, a pulse check on what's going on with the world and how people are viewing wealth right now.
And that's the thing is like, I never even think of her as like a journalist. I always think of her as like, oh, of course she's there because she's Gayle King, because she's famous and she's Oprah's best friend. And so she probably knows all these people through Oprah and stuff like that. But like, you are right. It really, at the end of the day, it's like, you're supposed to be the person that's like interviewing these people and like holding them to task. And instead you're like,
well, and I also think that like that is also indicative of how journalists have changed in the public eye, you know,
true.
also because like, you know, Anderson Cooper's getting drunk on CNN every year with the new year. You know what I mean?
Also,
like that would have never happened.
Can I just bring up that he's a Vanderbilt? I literally like people love to forget that he's from one of the richest American families to ever exist, period.
Even though he claims they were broke at the time when there was no money or whatever. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No money, only a couple $1 billion they had, I'm sure. Please.
Yeah, I would say we know so much more about journalists' personal lives and, you know, what they might lean towards. I said like Rachel Maddow. Like, I feel like it's so much more transparent about who they are, what their lives, what they believe in than it used to be. And so maybe that is at odds with how she thinks she presents herself because like, you're right. Up until a couple of years ago, I think into the CBS run, we didn't see her as a journalist. We did see her as Oprah's friend and like daytime personality, which has a little bit more flexibility in terms of how you present yourself to the world. But since she's been at this post at CBS, it's so much more grounded work that she's been doing. And so it seems to like not really vibe with what she's putting out publicly. But like, how do we marry that with journalists now? I don't know. It's a very interesting question. Like, who's doing it right? You know?
Yeah. And also, like, never mind. I'm gonna save that for my pitch.
Are we there? Are we pulling up?
I don't know, but we're close because, like, then basically she went on that plane with like, and then she was sitting next to like a Fox News anchor, and she like posted a picture of the two
Jesse
of them.
Waters. Yeah, and being chummy with him, and people got really. That was, as Kristina said earlier, that was an even worse read the room check than the cap dance. Like whether or not you're left media versus right media, like whether or not you're genuinely that, she lost fans that day. Like there are some people who are on both sides, I might add, who don't think it's cute. Like they don't understand why Gayle thought it was a good idea to post with Jesse Waters.
Yeah, didn't need to. You could be chummy with him and then not post a picture of it.
Exactly. I mean, in Gayle's head, she thinks this is like, look at me showing off my neutrality. Can't we all get along? And I almost understand the impulse, but I would never have acted on it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think like I said, you're in these rooms with these people. That includes like the same journalists that show up in the same briefings or whatever. And you can be chummy with them to a certain extent, but it's like, how do you want to present yourself to the public? Both sidesism is a like logical fallacy. And you know that the American public is feeling a certain way with how polarized everything has become. Why would you attach yourself to such a polarizing figure?
Well, and then also too, it's like the preachiness of like, we all need to come together. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Like, don't get the fuck out of my face. Go be with Kris Jenner. You know what I mean? That's how like the average person feels. Like, go on a spaceship, Gayle. You know what I mean?
What they might mean is that every rich person, right, left, whatever, should maybe come together.
Yeah.
through their richness.
To be rich together. Yeah.
Yes.
And so then more recently, and I don't know if this will have resolved by the time we air this, but more recently, Paramount, yet another takeover is happening. CBS Mornings, which is its current incarnation, for decades has always been the third place problem child of the morning shows. People are always in danger there. CBS Mornings has a great reputation currently, I think has a solid reputation, largely because Gayle King is there. I mean, she's 100. The name of the show.
100.
However,
now
she's
that
also a
Rose
celebrity.
Has been kicked to the curb.
Right. But it's been for a number of years. They never got close to being number one, really, but they definitely had some solid number twos for a couple of times. And now the rumor is with the Paramount takeover, they're going to be cutting costs everywhere and that she's going to go. So it breaks a few weeks ago at the end of the week that she's been fired and she'll finish in May. She's walking out of the CBS Broadcast Center the following Monday or Tuesday. And she's like, well, I just came from the building and no one in there said anything to me. So until that happens, I go fuck yourself. It was a good Gayle moment. It was sit down Robert Gayle.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why she ended up on the list, because we talked about it, because here she was again. So one thing that she's learned from Kris Jenner, I think, is to just like keep doing crazy shit Like that, the Jesse Waters thing, the space flight, the cap dance. It's almost like Kris Jenner has taught her family and is now teaching Gayle thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's in poor taste. Just put camel toe on leggings, do an Instagram about it, and let's sit back and count money. And I fear that Gayle has fallen under that spell.
Yeah. Like becoming a stunt queen.
I mean, maybe even Oprah is now falling under that spell.
Oh, she is.
What is so intoxicating about Kris Jenner? What is it?
She's brilliant,
why
Dominic. She's brilliant.
I know why
she
she's
gets
entertaining,
it.
but as far as reality stars go, I'm much more apt to fall under the tutelage of Tiffany New York Pollard than I am Kristina, Louise, Lopez, Gayle, Oprah, King, Jenner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, no.
No, but Chris is a mastermind.
Maria.
Chris is a mastermind.
Well, she is. She's Dr. Evil, but she's Dr. Evil, but without the time wasting, basically.
Yeah.
She's Dr. Evil with a degree.
She is a hostess. She does love to host a good party, a good bash. I wonder if it is just like people being enamored of seen and being seen, because as much as people want to pretend they're above it all, they still kind of, that's why they're on Instagram. Like they still want to pose. They still want to.
I got it. I know why everyone went to that party. There's hope. There's hope for Beyonce Knowles and Jay-Z Knowles. There's hope for all of these people because I think Beyonce went to that party because she is, how old is Beyonce now? It's 41, 9481. She's not 44, is she? Oh, maybe she is.
Yeah, she's 44. She's from,
yes. Yeah. And why do I know 9481? Because it's in that song, whichever song. I don't remember what song it's in, but I know it's September 4th, 81. She went to that party because she needed to see this fucking facelift up close. She's just planning ahead.
She had to get eyes. She had to get eyes.
Beyonce went there on a reconnaissance
to get a referral.
She had to get
She's
like Kris Jenner.
I know it photographs well, but how does it look in person?
She said, Kris, can we take a selfie, Kris? A close one? Can I just take one of you real zoomed in?
She needed some contact information is what she needed.
Someone take a picture of me and Kris Jenner. Where's my husband, Jay-Z Knowles?
I do wonder how those facelifts look in person. I know they photograph well, but
no,
I do wonder.
Yeah, I still think it looks like good, but I think in person it's way less good than these photos that we see.
It always is. I mean, anytime someone gets off a set or a screen and you see them in person, you're seeing all the shit you're seeing everything caked on there. Like it's never going to look as good, but
yeah.
I'm waiting for that bad photo of it though. I'm waiting for that.
It will happen.
Where you see like the side and it's all
where it's literally a mask.
Yeah.
Like a bad Joker mask. It's like
where the scar behind her ear is like a canal.
Margaret Qualley wanders out of a rehab and she has no face. And you're like, she took her face.
Mickey Rourke comes to mind.
Yeah. Blech. Anyway.
Is he on the Unfixables list?
He should be. He might need to be one of your.
I wonder what he looks like right now.
No, it's so terrible. Okay. I think we're here.
We're at the arena. We've pulled up. Chris, let us know how you plan to fix Gayle Alexandra King.
Gayle Alexandra King. You've lost the plot. You used to be a journalist. Now you're just a rich person and no one wants, truly your journalistic integrity is in jeopardy because of your proximity to all of these rich people. And showing us every day on Instagram that you don't need to be doing how friends you are with them. I think what Gayle needs to do is go on a little show on YouTube called Z-Way.
Wow.
And I need Z-Way to...
He's very close to what I was going to say.
Decimate her. I want Z-Way because Z-Way had Eric Adams on recently and he outdid her. I was listening to a podcast and someone said he out Z-Way'd Z-Way and he kind of did. I'm not going to lie to you. It was insane how insane he was. But she also needs a win. And so if she could get Gayle King on and bring her down to the studs about the space flight, about being with Kris Jenner, what does Kris Jenner's facelift look like in person, blah, blah, blah. And just really wreck her about being a billionaire instead of being a journalist. And Gayle needs to just fucking take it. And then Gayle needs to come back with some new, either prime time or on CBS This Mornings to keep her job, like the first thing after Z-Way is that she needs to announce that she's having like a no holds barred sit down with Kris Jenner. And I need her to annihilate Kris. Like, give her the R. Kelly treatment and be hard on her. And like, be like, even if she has to behind the scenes, be like, Kris, let me do this. And really let Kris squirm. Something Kris has never done before either, really. Like, had to publicly squirm. And then have that be like a new thing that then CBS This Mornings is getting these hard-hitting interviews a la R. Kelly. But like Kris Jenner, Lauren Sanchez, where they talk about the space flight and like, did they think that all this fallout was going to happen this way, blah, blah. Like, Gayle needs to change her motherfucking tune on all this. And she could rack up so many good fucking interviews and really remind us why she is who she is. And I know that like all that is like her swimming against the grain of what she's currently doing. But if she would go on Z-Way and let Z-Way decimate her, I think so many things would change, in my opinion. And that's my pitch.
I wonder if even, I don't know if, well, I don't want to comment. It has, I'm not, I love your pitch.
Would Kris ever agree to do this? Like, is that your?
No. I don't know if Z-Way would decimate her. I think that might be a place for Gayle to actually, I love that idea because I think Gayle would shine there. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I think
like they would be fun together. And like,
I think it's the perfect venue for her to actually quote unquote answer for all of these pop culture crimes that we're accusing her of, like the caftans and all the other, the Illuminati. Like, I think that's probably a good forum to do it because I think that she has answers for all of this, but she just doesn't want to.
The satire will help it as well.
100%. Yeah. Anyway, I love that. Now, normally when Kris's pitch I know is really good, I will come back with something so circus, but I've already talked about her scissoring on a Delta flight. I'd like to apologize to Delta and hope this will not affect my quest for a million miles. So I'm going to stick with my original idea, which I don't know how inspired it is, but I think because Gayle King has exhibited a willingness, a horrible willingness to cross the aisle, I am just curious to see if we put her in charge of a troubled property, given her very sort of unique point of view as a woman of color, as someone who didn't have money and now has money. I think if you put someone like that in charge of CNN, the often troubled CNN for 2 or 3 years, a sort of a transition period, I think she might be a good person for that. I know that they tried to bring her on. It was either CNN or just like they tried to do a thing with her hosting a show with Charles Barkley and it didn't work out at all. I'm just wondering if she might be better. She's always going to be in front of the camera doing something, but I think put her in charge of that because she can run something. I mean, she was involved very heavily in the in O Magazine at the beginning. And, I know she doesn't just like show up at work now and put on eyeliner and sit down. Like I know she's involved with how the show's produced. So I think maybe like a full behind the scenes that could help her legacy. I know it's a little boring, but to have a person like her running it, I think would be interesting since the news business has been in a virtual collapse for the past 10 years. And that's my pitch. I don't know why I've gotten so, I'll get closer to the mic. I've never talked so quietly here before. Kristina, the decision is yours unless you have an idea that has to blow Kris and I off of our feet. And if we together say, which happens once in a while.
It has
happened. Like, this is a better idea than what we both have, then great. Or you could, which has happened more often than not, leave here in shame when we say, how dare you? Were you even listening to our much better ideas than the one you just pitched?
I think I'm going to go ahead and pitch, if that's okay.
Okay.
Go for it. We love it. Claws out.
I think she should take a 3-prong approach to this. I think the writing is on the wall at CBS, especially since Barry Weiss has taken over. And I think the media on the whole is turning stronger to the right, unfortunately. And you've seen other journalists like Joy Reid, like Don Lemon, leave traditional media posts and start their own platforms.
P.S. How dare you? How dare you invoke Don Lemon here? But okay, how dare you?
Well, some leave, some are escorted out. Let's make the distinction. Like Don Lemon was fired. But go ahead.
That's true. Yes, but he is also starting.
Meghan Kelly, sure, I get it.
You're right. You are right. Just how dare you? That's all.
I will also add that I think she first needs to still capture traditional media viewers, and the way that she can do this is through a simple life-like reality show on OWN, where she and Oprah do normal people things and have to live like normal people. They work at McDonald's for a week. They go and they are on another road trip, or they have to live out of their cars for a week. And we follow them, and we still get that kind of like highlight that we used to get from the Oprah show when they would go on the road trip together and all that stuff. So that's how she can keep her traditional media base and still funnel viewers into these other platforms. I think piggybacking off your Z-Way thing, I think she should do a YouTube series that is Z-Way-like, where she does continue her interviews and holding people's feet to the fire. I think she would do a better job of interviewing Eric Adams and telling Eric to sit down. And I would love to see her do that than what Z-Way was able to do in her interview. I would also add, so that covers YouTube and social, because you can cut up the clips and it lives off social, all of that. And I think that she needs like a writing platform as well. So like, why not start a Substack? I think you should conquer all of those three kind of platforms. You have people's emails, all that good stuff. And she comes away with her own digital social media platform. And she knows how to build this because she's watched Oprah do it for the last 40 years. And she owns it.
I like all of these ideas, but it doesn't get the stench of Kris Jenner off of her, is the problem.
Yes.
That's my biggest note. That's my biggest note, is that like, I pitched my idea because it's like she needs to be brought down to the studs and be like she needs to get a good old snap out of it from Moonstruck, like to happen to her. Like that's what needs to happen to her. She needs to be metaphorically slapped across the face and said, snap out of it. Like you
I'm
idiot.
Disappointed you're not doing a impression right now of it.
Yeah. I wouldn't dare impersonate Dominick's favorite movie right to his face. I would dare.
Please.
But that, for those reasons, I'm out. Just simply because I feel like she doesn't answer enough in this, and she needs to answer.
Okay.
Is that Dominick? What do you think?
I don't. Kris and I sort of like, we know when we're beat, and I like your idea, but I love Kris's.
Yeah,
I know your idea is better than mine, Kristina. I don't think it's better than Kris's, though. That's
fair.
So does that mean I win? So
it means I'm deciding that Kris won. Thank you for coming, Kristina.
I need bloodshed. No, but like I need a little bit of bloodshed from her. Do you know what I mean? It's like I need to watch her hurt a little bit, in the sense of even her just squirming in the Z-Way chair and being like confronted by someone that's not afraid to go there.
Yeah.
In a
I know
way
what
that can
Kris's
be cloaked,
intention is. Yeah. I love your idea,
in
Kristina,
comedy.
Though. I mean,
oh yeah, no, it's totally fair. I get that.
That's what she should actually do, because
Yeah.
the Z-Way thing probably wouldn't happen, but it's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So Kris, I think, Kris, you are winning. I think that we've never been in this particular position before, but I think Kris wins by default because of my explanation. Kristina,
yes, absolutely.
Back, right?
She needs to bleed a little bit. You're totally right.
Yeah,
yes.
no, but I need to see pain. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and I mean that by
she
like,
needs to be hospitalized for 48 hours.
Verbally. I mean, verbally pained.
God
I mean, verbally pained. Okay.
Congratulations.
I will gladly take this win. I will gladly take this win. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kristina, thank you for being here. This has been a whirlwind.
Thank you for having me.
Please come back.
You two were wonderful. Yes, I will.
What are you laughing about?
My little gay nephews.
No, literally, your little gay nephews are
Auntie Kristina.
Auntie Kristina, we love you. Where can people find you? P.S. You want to talk about, for someone that's not on TikTok, Kristina's Instagram story is a incredible deep dive into the funniest things on TikTok. And so if not only for that, go to her Instagram, because you'll be abreast of everything that's happening on TikTok. That like,
usually like every 2 weeks on a Saturday, I'll just drop like every like curated thing that I've grabbed from TikTok.
It's incredible.
So, like, I do it so you don't have to.
And every single one is funny. And I'll email you like LOL. And then I'll be like, oh wait, I'd like have messaged her for every single one of these. So I need to just stop and just like enjoy them and know that she knows I'm enjoying them.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram at Kristina Lopez, KristinA LOPEZ. And yeah, you can hear me sometimes on Glamorous Trash. One time I did talk to Chris about Charlie Sheen's book
Yeah,
too.
she's on the
That
Charlie
was a
Sheen
really
episode
great.
with me. Yeah.
Yes.
And so, yeah, you can hear her on Glamorous Trash. And you do a lot of episodes with Chelsea. And so you're, yeah.
Yeah. I'm producing and I'm on front of the mic for sure. It's a lot, juggling a lot.
We haven't even asked you, are you related to Jennifer Lopez since you share her last name? Since you're both native New Yorkers,
it's
by
true.
the way.
We're both Puerto Rican. We are both New Yorkers. She's from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised. But no, as far as I know, we are not related.
We should find out, though.
It's a small island,
find out. Can we do a 23andMe with her? I don't know. Anyway, Dominick, where can people find you?
My website's domentary.com. You can find me on Instagram at Dominick Pupa. You can find me on TikTok at Domentary. You can also find Chris DeRosa on TikTok at Fixing Famous People Pod. And you can, some Fridays you can find us at the Duplex right here in New York City. Oh, I'm in the midst of a Clinternational tour for my holiday show.
That's right.
Please go to Domentary.com to find out where I am and if I'm coming close to you. I will be in New York City this Saturday evening, the 13th of December. Why am I talking like William Shatner again? I'm getting into this.
I don't know. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Christopher, where on the World Wide Web can our listeners find you, of all people?
Well, when they can't find me at the cutting room wearing the heart of the ocean, probably to your holiday tour, you can find me at the Chris DeRosa, and you can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople. I wish you both well, and as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.